Well, hello everyone. Here to show you that the 12 bits equals 12 kind of activity right here. As you see right here, I'm talking say with mathematical type tables, and basically that you have right here. I'll go ahead and draw an example right here of a calendar. If we were to think about knowing about if we were to be getting any type of weekly allowance or a paycheck, it is, and around the time of August, especially on August the 1st, if it's going to be back to school season or anything like that. But knowing about that for how much money that more likely that we would earn on a paycheck, and in a lot of ways that knowing about if we were to do the calculations is knowing about how much money that more likely that we get paid per day, especially if we're going to be working maybe a certain amount of hours during the week, that type of stuff, and for knowing about if it's going to be like what's called like for 12, and that can maybe also mean for like maybe 12 days, and if we were like divide knowing about, I'm like, yeah, for 12 days, and then if you worked about say 75 hours, it's like if you worked about maybe 75 hours in 2 weeks. Say for in 2 weeks, if we would have worked about 75 hours, and a lot of times they say that that would equal to about maybe $230 at the most, or maybe $130, or maybe $145 or so dollars. But so far as the question goes by saying, it's like about how much money do you think that we would be getting paid in one day. I'm like paid per day. I guess say paid per day. About how much money do we think that we'll be getting paid per day from the amount of hours, and knowing about, I'm like, yeah, that some way I would think about, though, if I doing the math the other day, and I kept thinking about, well, it's only $12 a day, especially if I will be if my checks were to go like from every 2 weeks, that I will be bringing in about maybe between $80 and $90 on a paycheck, and plus if my checks were to be for altogether in the whole month, on average would be at about $585. $585 in a month. So how much is that equal to in one day? And I'm thinking that more likely that it's equal to about at least $12, because like knowing about multiply that, and then if we want to go ahead and multiply that times 7, and then knowing about 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then it goes to about maybe 120. So more likely if it's about at least $120 out of that week, or maybe so that would maybe be about maybe 12, maybe $13 or $14 in one day that you get paid. But then they may say that there are some times in one day they're more likely that you won't be making that much. And let's say that they say that some may say that, well, it's zero, that you have zero money coming into your pocket. But like, well, I don't know if it's zero, but more likely that you may actually have pennies, pennies to $1. And let's say with 3 cents that knowing about, I'm like, yeah. And you say that, well, nowadays that you can't really get anywhere with just 3 cents. with three pennies that you can't really get anywhere with just 3 cents, because if we had 3 cents here, and knowing about really that there are some places that don't even accept pennies. Like that they say that maybe not even the machines. It's like you go into if you go into place a vending machine, you try to get a snack on a vending machine, and a lot of times that they say that they don't take pennies either. Like if you had to work with the pennies, like, well, you gotta go to the service desk just to get change. But in a lot of ways, it's like that, yeah, for pennies. But knowing about it all adds up, right? But knowing about when it comes time to taking care of bills and our expenses, is knowing about for 12 minutes that equals to $12, is knowing about the type of devices, and tell anybody here that knowing about that one of the reasons about this activity is talking about is like for the worldwide internet access, is knowing about whenever I was looking at my at the cost about knowing about if it's going to be paid for through the if it's a student voucher or anything like that, knowing about that for paid for by the company or something like that, is knowing that really about what the students are responsible for, as well as what's included as well. But a lot of ways that knowing that usually that you hear about the internet is not included. Why is it that the internet is not included along with the power supply? And like talking about, like you may have to pay per half for the power supply, but let's just say that the internet is used to power the. You have right here is like that you got right there in the e-reader, and then right here is like you have right here is the phone. And knowing about like with the Android phone, and then you have for the phone right here, and then if it's like for the Nook, and knowing about like for the the type of reading device that that powers these little Android the Android phone, and then as well as maybe the TV, and then the internet. It's like for the desktop. And if we were to be talking about like having it run on DSL, if you have both a DSL and wireless, is how much that we're paying DSL and wireless. How much we're paying for both these services, and knowing for both the service lines, and knowing that they may say that well, DSL, they could more likely that they could move away from DSL. You could more likely be paying more for DSL compared to wireless, and especially for the fastest 3G network and stuff. But in a lot of ways, the way I think about though is that with most of the time with internet connection, knowing that if it's going to be the wireless or if it's the web browsers or anything like that, and knowing about if $12 a day is about how much we're paying for, and knowing about, I'm like, no, it's not $12 a day. And, if the bill is only including taxes and fees, if the bill is only about maybe $72 a month, $72 a month, plus if you have any other additional services, any additional cost for the service that you use, and knowing that if anything that you could be paying if anything up to $3, let's just say $3, you could be paying about $3 just to have $3 a day to have the internet connection. In a lot of ways that if we were to do the math, it goes from $585 a month from a check, and then of course if you work or any other source of income, knowing about how much money that we're paying for it in one day. And then they may say that it goes by maybe per hour too, is knowing about per hour. But anyway, if it's going to be say if we were to work the math and knowing about for 112, and that looks right there is for 112 minutes, but that 12 minutes could turn into 112 minutes to maybe 5 hours, that type of stuff. But you say if we were to divide it equally, knowing about to make it smaller, is knowing about that, think about what you can get done in maybe 12 minutes, and they're like, no, 12 hours. Think about something that you may hardly ever have any luck getting something done in 12 minutes. But if you were to give yourself 12 hours, what you can get done in 12 hours. But knowing about there may be some things that you can get done in 12 minutes. That could more likely be is maybe calling to find. I'm like, yeah, about how long does it take for you to send a text message, huh? I'm like. That respond to a message, and usually sometimes it's only 40 seconds. Sometimes it's only about 40 seconds to respond to a text message. But the way I think about though, with for 12, and knowing about how many text messages do you think that you will be able to make within the 12 minutes, and more likely that if anybody has counted that, knowing about including that for the text reply, that type of stuff, I'm thinking it's at least 8 messages done in 12 minutes. And then my time, I say that for 12 minutes, to $12, and knowing about that, for $12, and as well as keeping the service on. And the way I think about though is that if it's between $12, well, I was also thinking about maybe if it's 30 days, that can also mean about maybe $40. If it's $40 a day, then more likely the check per month would be at about, $1,447. $47 and let's say 53 cents. So let's just say that on average that's about how much the paycheck would more likely be, with $1,447.53 a month, and then that'll more likely be about $40 a day, something like that. I want to talk about about how many pennies, huh? I'm like, well, at least $3 worth of pennies. So like you say, on average, if we can go ahead and use right here for $3, and then knowing about we can maybe use that also. I'm like, are we paying top dollars for the fastest internet speed, or just knowing about for what we need, for if it's for class, and then for other things that we had to do online as well. But if we were to do the math and study about knowing about exactly about how much we could be paying for the service, and if we use it or not, knowing about that, they say that that a lot of ways, if we were to do the study, that would we want to do the study to know about how much we could be paying less? I like that. How much money we can save if we were to maybe check into another provider or something. But the way I think about that, it's kind of interesting knowing about that. If we were to do the math about how much money that we're paying per day on our checks for how the money is managed, because on your hand, that knowing about 12 minutes, that for $12, that a lot of things that maybe you can get for $12 nowadays, like besides candy bars and maybe a gallon of milk, and then maybe a loaf of bread, that type of stuff, maybe 2 or 3 things you can get for $12. For $12 that you can put about maybe a quarter tank of gas in the car. But in a lot of ways, that knowing about the stuff that costs us $12, and that knowing about, I'm like, really, that the stuff that costs us $12 could be about as much as how much we're paying a month. It seems like an awful lot of money. Yeah, but if you need it, but if you really need it, you say that well, getting tired of looking at the bill as well. But on hand, to know about 30 days, that may seem like maybe 60 days, because 30 days may seem like not too long of a time to wait, but then they may say that whenever you get busy on something else, it seems like the time goes by, but then whenever you're waiting, it seems like it seems like it's taking forever, a long time. But anyway, but all you had to know about right here is with the 12 and then the 30 right there. They talk about say for the 12 minutes equals to 12, so you call it activity.